Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Akahane from Duallist Project, and today I'm bringing you end of a season commentary on Erased, or in Japanese, Boku Dake ga Inai Machi. As always, let's have a brief look what is Erased. Erased is 12 episode long anime which aired in season of winter 2016 and was brought by or developed or created by A1 Picture Studio. So, yeah. As I have said in my mid-season commentary, this is a leading title this season or in winter 2016, and it has lived up to its probably hype, probably to call it, but the euphoria around it, and it's been really, really, how to put it, well done. I mean, this story was just amazing. Art was something new and refreshing. Music was okay. It was nicely put into the anime, and yeah. The thing is with Erased is that the only thing which I would have to say a bad thing about it was the one we gap, the airing gap, because it created this tension that made you really look forward to it next week when it airs. Just like, and sometimes the waiting time was too long because you were into it and just like, oh come on, I need to see more. So this is something to go for if you're wanting to do probably an anime evening and just to do it in one sitting, and because it's really nicely done. So and it can be done in one sitting. So uh, the thing about Erased is how they played uh, each of the worlds, or how to put it. The concept is that the main protagonist has, I wouldn't say an ability, but is affected by something what he calls a revival, which sends his mind back through a time and allows him to redo things. And how the story went, they really well played each of the revivals and each time. And what I really found ingenious was when a 29-year adult was in the, I think, 10-year-old kid, I think, and it was a 10. I think he was 10 at the time, at the kid's time. And yeah, and how they played it, how actually 29 years played out the role of a 10-year-old kid and just doing the relationship, even though he's probably never been in a proper one. And that's just like how well they play the relationships between the characters, and how well they play the story, and how well they did the past and the future and the ending. It was just ingenious. So I must say, I really like the show. It's probably you can see that I'm really pushing it forward because I really liked it, and I would recommend watching it because it's simply good. So, and it's been a couple days because I wanted to be less, I would say, less hyped about it. Since I watched the last episode, I think it was, I think 2-3 days by the time I'm recording this. But yeah, I mean, because on the day it was like, oh, the ending is getting, come on, come on, you're not going to end it like this. Come on, you're not going to ruin it with the ending. And they did not. They actually did the ending I had in mind for the story, and they did it. So I was really happy how well it closed. With my own rating, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 because simply I love this show and it deserves a place in the Hall of Glory, or how to call it, just to put it somewhere, just like this thing is good. Seriously, people, this thing is good. So this is when I'm going to put it on my list. I'm going to give it a 10. I was thinking, depending on the ending, I was thinking, okay, it's going to be maybe a 9. But they pulled the ending really, really, really well because there was a huge potential to mess up the ending. And the way they handled the ending was according to my tastes, and it has to get a full score for that because, as I have just said, there was a huge potential to mess it up, and they did not. They really played it well. So yeah, um, the art style was something refreshing because uh, it's not one of those things I usually watch. So it wasn't overly cutesy. It wasn't overly. I mean, the thing I don't watch is the overly macho one, and yeah, it was something new and refreshing, and I really like the art style. And for the theme, it played out really well. So, I mean, they really made it nicely fit each other, and yeah, it was brilliant. Uh, Character-wise, there was a load of character development, and especially with the main protagonist, he really went from this, oh, come on, and from just like, how can I do this? To let's do this, and then how he was influencing the other ones. It made him evolve as well, and it was really well worked. The web of connections, and in the last couple episodes, how the relationships played out, it's like was something really amazing, and job, job well done to a person who wrote this. So because this is, if not a masterpiece, this is really a really good piece of work, and it deserves to be read. So yeah. Character-wise, favorite characters. Um, for me, if I go with a female lead, it will be Kayo Hinazuki, the girl who is, I mean, who's being saved, and she's done a really interesting character development. And yeah, I mean, though it's, I mean, I would say Kaio is a number one, and with a loss of half of a point, there's Irie, because I mean those two girls were key to the story, and they played them really well. So it's really hard to pick which one. Though Kaio has to win because she was the overreaching, and she was the most interesting character there. And of course, when I was waiting for the last episode, I was thinking, oh, can we have more Irie, please, as well? And kind of was, uh, I mean, don't want to spoil the ending, but there was this really interesting thing between Sutter, the main lead, and Kaiho and Irie in the last episode, or in the last couple episodes in the New Future arc, if I would call it like that. And it's like, come on, dude, more Irie. And yeah, there was more Irie. So they played it really, really well. How they put Irie in, uh, in. So yeah. It's a 10 out of 10, people. It's my wholehearted recommendation. So, yeah, thank you for listening. And this has been Michael Akahane from Duallist Project. And keep tuned for more end of a season commentaries because we are in a period when lots of shows are ending, so I'll be trying to do as many as possible and as soon as possible. And I'll be trying to pull out sorry, to put out some for one sitting into videos as well. And thank you for listening. If you like this video, please like or subscribe, and see you next time.